And then oftentimes, a skeleton can be involved, but it doesn't have to be involved. There's a number of octocorals, for example, that will grow right on the rock, and they're connected by little bits of tissue.
You can zoom in
Or
there, Dan.
their skeleton can be reduced to the point that it's just a few sclerites that are embedded in the tissue.
It's rotating in the DSC for you, Steve.
Yeah, it's great. Great shot.
It did like a full 180. So you can zoom right in there on the trident bit.
It's beautiful. Yeah, these are very flexible. Black corals are extremely flexible group.
And that little branch that is like kind of growing outside of one of the main branches, is that a new branch of colony starting, or
This one right here?
Is that an anemone? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so that looks like a hydroid. So a hydroid is a type of cnidarian, usually some sort of opportunist that will attach to bare skeleton and start growing off, but it's not at all related to that coral, or it's not the same coral there. However, worth noting is that this hydroid produces some sort of hard substrate in its stalk here, and it looks like maybe right here part of the coral is growing over that stalk. So it could be like creating a pseudo branch, following that that hydroid stalk, and maybe eventually calcify or creating a skeleton on top of it. It's possible, but
so
yeah.
it's technically using the hydroid as substrate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's another question for our guys up front. What is the Hercules maximum depth?
Can push all the way in there, Dan? One more time. We got time there. 4,000 meters.
That's my max.
And how many meters are we currently at? 3,000?
2470.
2470? Oh yeah, there it is.
Really good shot here of
4 or 5. I can
individual polyps. You can see these darker lines in the colony. Those are the mouth parts. And then for each of the darker lines, you'll typically count 6 tentacles or 3 pairs in kind of series. These black corals often look much better on the seafloor. When you get them up to the surface, they kind of turn very mushy and they lose a lot of their structure. So this is a great way to see them. All right.
Okay.
Great images all around.
Bring your head to, what are we doing? 0, looks like we're doing course over ground 045.
045.
Or 055, somewhere in there.
Could we drop another target here and
050.
say slope increasing again? I just wanted to kind of get a perspective of how wide some of these nodule patches are in the saddle between, the slopes, both sides.
Come up a bit too.
Thank you. I just call it slope rising. Yeah. Yeah, that gives us some idea between, the peak and, the start of the slope rising on the other side, how wide some of these nodule patches might be along the ridge.
Sure.
Some more sponge rubble. It seems to be most of what we're seeing in this area. Found another ridge.
Yeah,
Yay!
happens to be on
Polyapogon
our
species
course.
sponge in the lower left. Another glass sponge. There's a lot of small, maybe small corals or sponges around here, but nothing tremendously huge like we were seeing down deeper. Some scouring of the sediments on the rock surface. Keep an eye out for feeding traces as well. Sometimes if you see a patch of sediment that appears to be like scoured away, that doesn't seem to be naturally current swept, there can sometimes be grazers that, you know, feed on the sediment and create these feeding trails. Things like snails. I saw one a bit earlier. Sometimes sea cucumbers or other echinoderms too. Glass sponge, not looking great. Can we zoom on this twig here?
Sure. Okay, Danny, can push in there a little. That's good. Good, thanks. See if I can get a sight on. Okay, should be able to push in a bit more.
So this looks like a prinoid, another octocoral. Most likely in the genus Narella, unbranched possibly, or either it's very small and hasn't branched yet. Oftentimes, like the colony we saw just last, the Narella macrocalyx, they'll branch very low and they'll have kind of one primary branch. So it's very difficult to tell based on the branching pattern alone if this is one species or another, 'cause sometimes they can branch relatively late in life.
And is that a
Okay.
cracker right on the left side of it?
I think that might have been a hydroid or a byrozoan. Starting to see more of these Polyapogon sponges that kind of look like big mittens, or
Yeah.
those usually precede in depth as we go up kind of the highest density communities. We'll see. Once we get up to waypoint 456, I expect to see a lot more higher
SPL, there I
density.
am. Oh,
So I think this is another of that Narella we just saw, probably a larger colony. Here, again, kind of branches very low, but morphologically, polyps look very similar in size to the one we just saw. The last one just was probably very, very small and
Push
very
in there
young.
real quick, Dan. Perfect, thanks.
All right, great,
Okay.
all set. These aren't really worth collection because we have collected these a lot of times over the past years, in this area as well as in other monument units nearby. It's a fairly widespread Narella species.
Looks like we might have a DP holiday in our future. Just as we got it sorted out.
Oh, can you drop a target if we're gonna take a walk
Yeah,
so we can find ourselves?
we're taking a walk. You okay up there, Martina? Yeah, stand here. I see you're drifting off to the DP going on holiday with you, is it? Yeah, she can hold position. I don't know if you copied that, Steve. We got a squall coming through and it's pushing her off.
Got it. So the squall coming through is limiting our ability to make forward progress. So we're just gonna hold here and go where the wind blows us.
We have another question from chat. What's some of the most valuable thing you found on any of your voyages? For example, coins, wreckage, or other artifacts?
I don't know if I found any artifacts. Most of the time we're most interested in kind of the intangibles about like the specimens we're collecting. You know, I think they're pretty valuable as they are.
What's up?
You know, the rocks and the corals and the sponges. You know, value to science, let's say.
So far the most valuable thing we found is a flip-flop.
Yeah.
I would say some of the basalts can have, where you're talking about that little valuable
stalk
minerals in them.
Can tilt the camera down and bring the vehicle up a little bit?
Yeah.
So we are in a monument, which means that even if we see debris or rubble on the seafloor, we are not allowed to remove it. Everything has to stay exactly as we see it, within the constraints of our permitted activities.
Come
so
up a bit more,
something
see how the
to
tether's hitting the vehicle there.
Coming up.
This happens to be the way
So
the
if
keep
we
in the
find
back of
anything
your
of value,
mind.
we just let it rest at the bottom.
Yeah. I did have a funny, my first Nautilus cruise in the Caribbean, there was a perfect depression in the seafloor sediment with like a perfectly spherical, dark, black structure. And I thought, oh, this has got to be a cannonball, No, it turned out it was coconut. I was hoping to have my moment, finding the Spanish galleon over the next hill.
Well, you know what? Nobody would tell the difference. If you said it was a cannonball, it was a cannonball.
We actually touched it though, and it disintegrated. So that wouldn't have worked too well.
Dang it.
There's lots of wood, yeah, not out here as much, but occasionally you find woodfalls, but lots of wood in other more enclosed ocean basins.
Yeah, I would assume that'd
Seas.
be more of the Atlantic more than Pacific, though.
Yeah, we do find woodfalls once in a while. They contain unique species that aren't found anywhere else in the environments. Wood-boring mollusks and sometimes urchins or stars, echinoderms, will eat and degrade the wood.
She's making progress. You still have the insufficient thrust message there. Allison and Josh are gonna wake up and freak out. What? We're 25 minutes.
What kind of sponge are we
We're
looking
out
at
of the
over
box. Just a squall. Hopefully it will pass.
Sounds like skull. Which I believe is drink or chug in Nordic languages.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, great shot.
I like the black background.
Yeah. The dramatic black.
Nat Geo.
Works out well.
Can you drift up a little bit for the DSC?
Call that the
Shot.
BBC shot. Yeah.
And lasers off, like you can?
Yeah. Laser. I'll come back down and drift up again. I might want to back away just a bit so you can crop out the edge of the...
Okay. Got
Get
some
it?
good shots there, yep. Yeah, those are pretty good shots. Yeah.
Looks like the wind has peaked at 28. It's up to 28 there. Yeah, I'm good.
So we're back in control now?
We're gonna try it.
Okay. This is kind of what those feeding traces would look like, even though it looks like here that like this could be scoured by something. Oftentimes you'll have snails or things that leave mucousy trails. They feed kind of in these meandering patterns. And usually they also feed kind of right where the current wraps around, because that's where, presumably the best food is deposited. But don't see any grazers around here. Sometimes the sedimentation rates are probably very slow, and any evidence of life probably takes many hundreds or thousands of years to kind of return to a natural state.
So in theory, Atalanta should swing back to the southeast there. Yeah, this looks like it.
31 meters.
Looks quite yucky out there.
It does.
Another one of these ridges that ends. Just a bump in the road.
I'd love to see a higher resolution bathymetry for this site, because it's like got these meandering ridges to nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the name of the seamount to Ridges to Nowhere.
Ridges of confusion.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, I guess you would kind of expect the seamount to be uniform if it came from one chute. The magma did, but
Yeah.
perhaps this seamount formed from multiple. Each of them formed their own ridges.
Oh, there we go. Can we look at that? This
Yeah.
thing.
Maybe.
That would be, if it is what I think it is, that would be a pretty interesting observation. I'll leave you in suspense with that one.
Come down 5 meters for me.
Coming down 5.
Right at the end of my leash here, Steve. That's why it's bouncing.
What's going on there?
Take your auto heading off for me.
It's off.
Thank you.
Sea star on a
Dead
not
sponge?
great looking sponge.
Pretty much. I thought it was a coral, so suspense lost, but it is interesting to see the sea star on a dead sponge bit.
What kind of sea star do you recommend it be?
No, I'm trying to figure that out.
Can't get there. We're tail to tail already.
Yep. Yeah, I'm watching that Atlanta butt cam there.
Yeah. I can get a side-on view here and come land on this side. I was trying to come around. I don't have the leash for it. You push in there a bit, Dan.
Sure thing.
Do on the fly zoom.
Gotcha. There we go. So, very unclear what this sea star is doing here.
Is it alive?
Well, the sea star is alive, yeah.
Yeah.
The sponge is not. The sponge looked like it could have been a farreid in a past life. But I'm wondering what the sea star is doing, if it's maybe, predating. It's likely a predator if it's predating on some of these other, this other biology here. Like there's some, these small branching structures. These are arborescent foraminifera, kind of related to those xenophyophores. So maybe it could be eating those, or maybe it could be eating small crustaceans or mollusks that are in and around here. There's also maybe a shrimp here. It's kind of blocked by the view. But interesting observation. I've seen them, this particular sea star, eating live sponges before, but never really these dead ones. So I'm not sure quite what it's doing. But good observation. I'm not going to hazard a guess at the ID of this of the sea star, but I'll let my colleagues online attempt that one.
Okay.
Thanks.
When you spin this time, let's spin counterclockwise.
Roger that.
I got 1.4 turns in the. I should be able to spin back around now.
Okay.
Here's another question from chat. Is your map data available to the public for download? I'd love to make 3D models of some seamounts.
Mapping data?
Yeah.
I believe it is.
It is.
Yep. It's through R2R. I think most of it's available for R2R, Rolling Vector Repository. It's an online repository for mapping data. I'm not sure if it's hosted elsewhere, but at least I know most of the content's there.
No, yeah. We're right on top of the ridge here, so
This one looks like
where
a
we were.
half dead, half alive sponge, maybe.
He's hanging in there.
Yeah.
I used Nautilus bathymetry data for my project, which isn't at Johnston, but Yeah, they've pretty high resolution, useful stuff.
Oh, good. I hope this person gets the information they're looking for.
I believe if you search, it probably won't be post till we're done, but
Of course.
NA141, bathymetry data in Google, it'll come up.
Come up 5.
Up 5.
So I'm trying to, map out how this would look. It seems like we have ridges that go off to the kind of northeast and then ridges that go off to the southeast. So it's like there's not a clear line, but it's like ridge, 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 ridge. I don't know if that makes sense. The volcanology makes sense, but maybe we can regrid the data afterwards at a finer resolution, see if it tells us anything about what kind of structure this ridge might have.
Yeah, we might need to go to like 20-meter contours to see it better.
I mean, these ridges are not wide either. They're maybe, 5 or 10 meters across, so it might not capture all of that, but might give you a little bit more of a cleaner picture. Coming up on a watch change here.
Yeah.
Notice too that over the past few minutes we've gotten into a layer of thicker marine snow, which could be interesting. Could suggest, maybe in the near future we might be more likely to see some denser biology, since this is their primary food source. Something to keep in mind as we get off watch here and the next watch comes on.
They're going to be like, what are you guys doing? You're going around in circles.
Lots of small glass sponges. That seems to be the big thing here. All those really long actually, can you go down to the right just a sec? Thought I saw something. Yeah, straight underneath now. Let me take a look at this. Is that a sponge base?
Can I zoom in? Let me come back up.
Yeah, looks like a sponge base. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Baby sponge.
Sometimes there's some mollusks called monoplacophorans that look like sponge bases, but they're grazing on sediments and things, and they can look. Usually they're associated with these feeding trails. Always good to have a second look, but oftentimes, when these sponges or sometimes even corals die off, they will leave this kind of circular structure, their base, which will last, well beyond their lifetime and probably the lifetimes of many of their ancestors. It's pretty firmly attached in a lot of cases. So what have we collected this watch? We got one rock,
Sea
one
cucumber
water,
and one water, yeah.
one cuke.
I guess if you count I forgot what you called it, but the organism on the rock.
Oh yeah, the
It's a lost tunicate.
We do want to
Tunicate.
go to the east a little bit. Yeah, you were right. I should have listened to you.
Is that it?
I believe so for this
Yep.
watch.
Good morning.
All right.
I don't know, 50, something like that. I'm gonna hand it over anyways.
We'll probably collect another rock in the next
I'm off comms,
couple
guys.
hundred meters
Thanks very
also.
much.
Between somewhere
Cool.
between here and
Thank you.
4. Lots of room. Good quality rocks in this site.
Good rocks. All good rocks. No bad
nothing,
rocks.
nothing too ambiguous. No,
We'll see.
no angular mud or things like that to worry about.
You'll come down and I'll just leave the payout alone right now? Or you want me to come up right now?
I'm coming down
Okay.
just because I'm going to try and catch up into kind of not in the right spot here.
Raj.
We're holding station. Oh, okay. Just get my bearings here.
Do you want to hold station here or move along the ridge? Oh,
Yeah, so, sorry, you know, whenever it's convenient, just try to find another rock.
Okay, sounds good.
And the word from the Bob is look for old stuff, old dead stuff.
More old dead stuff? Because
Yeah.
we do have some old dead stuff
Well,
already.
you have the one, but I think he wants more.
More than one.
Well, they had a previous one. They tried to date it hui, but there wasn't enough carbon in it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
You want lasers on?
Sure. We do like a half zoom, Dave. This one is standing, but it doesn't look terribly alive.
Rob, I think you're off SPL. Raj, okay.
Okay. I wish it was down on its side there. It'd be a great sample.
Do you want to get it as a
I don't know,
potentially dead one?
does it look dead to you?
I'll come around. I'll come around this side and have a look.
I think it could still be alive because it's still standing.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, is that a sponge though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a sponge.
Yeah.
Looks like there might be a chunk of it laying over there in the rocks.
Okay.
Too. Over to the left.
Yeah, I see that there. Yeah. Perfect. Maybe you go biology or dead biology first. I mean, if it's dead, is it considered biology?
A little more tether. I'm just going to get coming around.
Yeah, at what point does it become geology?
Yeah, you can see some little barnacle things there or whatever. Oops. That is cool.
Is that something you're interested in behind it there to the left?
Yeah, I think so. Let's try to shoot for that.
No. Okay.
Video, is it okay if I zoom on at Atlanta?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got just a partial.
Hold fast seems pretty good still. And that little sponge over there to the left. Okay, so we'll grab that sample there. Try not to knock poor guy over. He's probably been standing there for a lot of years. So I'll set up over here so I stay clear of that sponge, but the arm's going to be kind of, might want to actually get the arm out because it'll get tucked into this
Rock.
this rock area.
Raj.
Either that, I could come all the way around the other side, but then I think my tether will be a little
Yeah.
wrapped around on top of myself.
Okay. Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, you can even reach out a little bit if you want. Just give me a depth of field on how close I want to get. I'm probably going to stay back here a little bit. I just don't want to risk knocking that over.
Okay.
Just going to perch on this little rock right here.
I feel like it's right behind the craft. I can't see it.
Yeah, it is right behind the craft.
Okay.
You can see it in bubble too.
Oops. It crumbled. Can we get a video zoom? Two little baby pieces now.
Yeah, you want to lower that grip force. It might be a little challenging to pick up now.
Yeah. I have both pieces, I think.
Good job.
Oh, come wide, please. Where do you want to put that?
Science.
I'm just going to back. So you got it there for a second?
Yeah,
I'm just going to come off and back up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm indexed.
And whenever you're ready, starboard box B is open.
Okay, I'm just going to back up and give yourself some room. You won't be able to swing around that rock.
Roger. Okay.
Yep. You want me to hit buttons? Oh no, you have all the salvos over there, right?
You have salvos.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Oh, right there. Got it. You want it?
Yes. I'll take.
Oh.
Hit it again. Okay, and I'll take
Weird.
the. Can you change the camera?
What, you want the other camera?
Well, yeah, I want both
I'm
of
joking,
them.
I'm
Okay.
joking.
Okay, Roger.
What, you want to see?
If you don't mind, so could you put the box out?
Oh man, you're making me work here. What's going on? Sample tray out.
Okay.
Do you know which little boxes you prefer this in?
I thought it was B, correct, Taylor Ann? B Bravo?
Yes, that is correct. Sorry, my mic was away from my mouth.
No problem.
Starboard box B.
Nice one. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, closing sample tray.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And whenever you're ready, we can probably move on and get yourself comfortable, and then if we see a rock of opportunity.
What was the sample number on that?
That is sample number 011.
Thanks.
5. We have 5 so far.
Okay, dive salvo.
Dive salvo.
That was just one button push that time.
Yeah, Terry, and what do we have for open spaces for samples, real quick, when you get a chance?
So depending on what we're collecting, we have a lot of open space. We do have rocks in almost every bio box currently, but we do have room for slurps if you wanted to.
Okay.
I don't know if you can slurp a rock. I'm not sure. It might be,
no, it'll
Okay.
just clog up the hose.
It'll clog up the hose, so let's not do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have the option to place rocks with other rocks or with fossilized coral.
I'd rather not do fossilized coral.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, we have, yeah, rocks in every box.
Hey Dave, can we zoom in, please?
Okay. Well, maybe we can hold off on some until we see a really nice rock.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some, one nodule in the forward bio box lambda.
Okay, is that by itself?
It says one nodule from Omega got into this box, so I think it fell in there.
Okay, so we can probably put a sample there.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
a wee guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the one that got stuck in your manipulator for a bit?
This one?
No, the nodule that you put in that box. I was watching earlier.
Oh.
I think it was a different pilot at the time.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez, yeah.
Okay, come on, please.
Oh, there's more dead stuff there, too.
Yeah, there is a bit. We can, I mean, now that while we're stationary, we can grab a rock if you want, or we can do it while we're moving. It's just a little more, we have to be a little more quick about it.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, we'll just get moving.
Sounds good. Do you guys want to move all up the ridge?
Yeah, let's keep going up the ridge toward the northeast there.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have a look at this arm, make sure that it's where we want it. Yeah, I guess that's about as far over as we can make it, hey?
Yep.
Bridge now.
Wind's coming down.
Hey, can we get a course of 070 at 0.2 knots for 500 meters?
That's better.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think we gotta tape that up more. It's so violent, that one.
What?
Daisy chain on Atalanta.
Tape it up more?
Yeah. On the BSR, look at it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't
stringy
understand what
mess.
you were referring to. I heard on the HD Atalanta, and I was like, you mean the cable to the HD?
The daisy chain.
Daisy chain, Raj. Misheard you.
Ugh, I don't like that either. All right, did we start a move?
Yeah, we did.
And sorry, what was the bearing?
070.
070,
To
right
get
there.
back on the ridge a little bit.
Sorry, I'm
it's like a beach over there.
Yeah, see some nice ripples there. Looks like there's a current here.
That's cool.
Almost looks like an ATV track or a four-wheeler.
You think a lot of these rocks were sliding downslope?
Yeah, these are all not in place. They've been a bit of a talus and rolling down.
I came up a little short.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I do a DVL reset?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So,
Because the cursor is going to age by the time you click it. Yeah. So you still have your hyper accurate line, just readjusting it to where the USBL is.
cool.
But USBLs nowadays, especially the one that we just got, is already pretty good in itself. You can see it's drawing a line really well.
Yeah, these don't look like the nodule field they sampled earlier, but it does look kind of interesting. And Josh, if you get a chance, can we drop down here and just kind of stir some of these things around, see if it's sediment underneath? Because this looks like a nodule field again, but it's a little different than the one we saw previously.
Okay. Do you want to get the arm out? I'll just kind of get ahead a little bit, and then do you want to see it on the startup, or can you bring it out without seeing it?
I can bring it out without seeing it.
You can also put it in bubble if you want. Oh, there it is right there, though. You know where it is. You know where it has to go.
Well, that's interesting.
Looks like another sponge.
Yeah, if you move toward the spun, because one of the things we're trying to identify is if there's biology associated with these nodule fields.
Okay, is it okay if I give it a little stir right here, and then I'll go over it, that way I won't silt out the spun shots. Okay, go for we're just gonna kind of
have
a look at it. Okay.
Yeah, this is another nodule field. A little slightly different. The other ones are a little bigger than this.
Is that, are you on some more, or is that all you need?
No, that's good. I mean, this is
Okay.
what I wanted to confirm, because these all look like nodules, but they're a little smaller than the ones they saw earlier.
Okay.
And they look like they're in the middle of a distributary channel, like a river bed.
Okay.
And this kind of has that similar feel.
Okay, we can stow it.
Okay.
Which it kind of, perhaps these things are a little more dynamic, so it doesn't allow the biology to attach to anything. It's kind of the working idea that has been proposed.
Sponge is pretty big. I'm interested to see if it's actually attached to a nodule.
Well, I just wonder if it's on a little promontory above it too. That's what I want to see this. Yeah, it is on a little local promontory. And Terry Ann and Josh, I'm not sure, do we have space for some more to scoop some of these things, or?
Yeah, I think if I scoop some, I just leave them in the bag, and that way you could put them in a box, and then they're all separated.
That's exactly what I was hoping. Great.
Can we zoom in, please?
Because this is a nice little, I think, archetypical sort of situation. You can actually see in the lee of the sponge, there's sediment collecting. Yeah. So you probably most of the materials flowing down slope, or the current moving down slope here.
So is it just attached to the sediment, or is there not something else under there?
It looks like there's a little rock there that's.
Yeah.
And there's a little sea star below it too in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's another sponge off in the distance too, so it'll be interesting to see what that does.
So let me know if you want a lasers off shot.
No, I'm just trying to, I got a nice shot right there of the size. Yeah, do a quick lasers off just to.
Lasers off.
Perfect. Oh man. Looks like shaving cream. Yeah, these are nodules. Look at those things. Look at those things. Incredible.
Okay, so we want to try a scoop sample.
Yep.
The ship's still moving, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to stop it moving?
Why don't we just keep kind of cruising slowly, get the scoop all ready. You know the best way to grab that, right? With this is to grab the whole scoop, not the handle.
Okay.
With the coral cutters, it's just too
gangly.
Yeah, it's too flappy to try.
And I wonder if these other little light spots were previous promontories.
If you can, grab the whole scoop, like, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to go for the hockey puck.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Oh, this is a spectacular field.
So are we off the top of the ridge now?
Yeah, we're just slightly off to the to the west.
I see, yeah.
Can you turn the porch light on?
Roger. Just be real careful around the camera.
Yeah, Raj.
I'm hoping maybe I can convince Brandon to do to map out the distribution of these things from the dive. Or I could do it, but.
So what do you want to look at with these nodules?
Well, just the chemistry. Just, if we get enough of them, see what the distribution of the chemistry is on these, if they're significantly different than other areas, and even the manganese crusts. And I mean, these are a relatively new
I'll either take a walking through, or I will switch off with you to do this.
Oh, okay.
A relatively new
distribution. So if you can help me with figuring out which azimuth I'm wrong with right now, like which joint.
So you need to shoulder down, and elbow in. And then pitch and see you're all torqued up on one joint all the way, so you don't have any more. Yeah, it's almost there. You can grab from the top too. You don't have to do it like this. You can just do it like this. Because if it's not going to line up for you that way. Yeah, this is very hard to do anything.
Yeah.
But like this is a lot easier. You can.
How do I do that without being up in the light bar? You know?
You can, because you can shoulder up all the way.
Okay. And then sort of like
and then get your pitch sorted out.
Yep. Will do.
We can probably get another one. Seems like there's a lot around here.
Yep.
Pitch right.
Pitch right.
Yeah.
And then rotate your jaw. You're almost there. Just rotate your jaw.
Like.
More. Yep. Keep going. Rotate.
Yeah, it's interesting. We don't really see such much megafauna on the surface. but I think the subsequent expeditions will be looking at the microbiology underneath.
And just shoulder
Yeah.
See
down.
what's going on there.
And also macrofauna
Yeah.
animals in like
And
the
then you
centimeter
open
range.
your
Oh,
jaw
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
that's
bit.
Probably a lot of those in the
And,
sediment.
yeah, something like that. You can try and break it off that way. And then you can always re-grip. It's like you're not forced to do it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you grab it once doesn't mean you're not allowed to let it go and refix yourself.
Index there, change grip force.
Yeah, make sure your grip force 9.
Raj. Okay.
I think you're grabbing the
Those-
grate,
yeah.
maybe grabbing the grating a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, have you. Okay,
So I'm going to fly ahead a little bit, and then you can always put it down on the ground. We'll settle down,
Okay,
and then we can put it down on the ground and re-grab it if you want.
okay. Well, I'll index there.
So I'll get a little in the bank here. Okay, I'm stretched out. Come down. And then careful, because that might hit the ground first. You might want to pick it up.
Okay.
You're lower than the front of Herc, I think, maybe. Okay, so you can, there's a little bit of a slope, but you can carefully put it down and then try and re-grab it. So you're going to want to re-grab it kind of over top of where the handle is. There's like a narrow scoop part on the underside, so if you flipped it over, just rotate. Okay, see where you want to grab it? On the narrow side is one jaw, and then on the back side is the other. So one jaw here.
Oh,
and then
okay.
like this.
Raj, I gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you could almost scoop just like that. I mean, whatever, but anyway, whatever.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier if you just re-grab it.
Okay.
Perfect. That's exactly it. Now you can just go.
Raj.
And so you want to kind of pitch, right? And then as you think about like what your arm would do, you'd go like that, and then you'd scoop it. That's exactly what you want to do. Yeah, see that? And now drag it across, dig it in, and just
drag it. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm home at the cat litter box now.
Yeah, exactly. Totally, it's exactly
Did
the
I
same
say that?
motion. And then get it, and then shake it into the bag.
Did I
and
say
then
that out
go
loud?
again.
Sorry.
Okay.
Fill that sucker right up.
Okay.
And if we need to move, I can always scoot ahead.
Okay.
It's nice about some of these nodule fields are so big, you can just kind of keep. This is called random sampling. It's Herc random sampling.
No, this is good. Statistically, this is what we want.
So what we'll do another scoop or two here, and then I'm going to scoot up ahead.
Okay.
Looks like there's a good current taking the sediment
That's perfect.
away.
Now whoop, get them all in the bag. Yeah, nice. That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to come up,
Okay, Raj.
and then I'll get us ahead a little bit.
Sort of like
Yeah.
stick it here for now.
Yeah, then you can kind of, because what we wanted, the reason we put the mesh bag there is so you can shake all the silt out, because we don't want the silt, we just want the nodules.
And Josh, if you get a chance, everything gets settled out. If we're not too far moved ahead, to go back and try to sample that sponge that was there or something else.
Oh, we'd have to move the ship
You
back.
got a couple coming up in the
Okay, perfect.
Atlanticam.
That would be great.
Yeah. We can just like slurp one of
Yeah.
the sponges coming
Yep.
up.
Yeah. Do we want to just stop the ship? Do we want to just stop the ship? Because they want to say, okay.
Bridge nav.
You and I think alike there. You and I think alike.
Wait, can you hold position on this spot?
Alright, get away from the sponge for now.
I'll turn off porch while you're moving ahead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll sit down here.
Okay.
So just keep an eye on how much target food is in relation to here. And then the target for this one will be wherever we get the second food. We're grabbing another skewer.
Oh, right, okay.
If we do two samples in one space, let's say they grab this and there's a good bottle of this in water.
Mm-hmm.
The sample
Okay.
might just be dash 001 and dash 002.
Mm-hmm.
Same sample for you. Two targets and things like cloudy in there.
Mm-hmm.
Also down to a,
Yep.
nice.
The downward looking camera is really perfect to catch this too.
That, yeah.
Okay.
I can't see what I'm doing.
That's okay. You know the motion, right? Like,
Yeah.
and you can kind of like tell when the thing hits the ground, and then,
Yeah.
and then you just kind of like.
Oops.
So, Josh, is there a patent pending on this thing or what?
A patent pending?
Yeah.
No, you know what? We actually had these made. We had two of these made from a long time ago, years ago. And then when we were talking about nodules, Bob sent me a photo. I was like, "Can we do a scoop like this?" I'm like, "I have two." Just pulled them out of the hole and say, "Here you go." Yeah, that's perfect.
I wondered what happened to my laundry bag, though. I haven't been able to find it.
Is that why you haven't been doing laundry, Bob?
That's me. Yeah.
Or Dave, sorry.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Just keep going. Don't worry about that. You can't see. Just go. Yeah.
You'll be able to pay for the rest of your degree with these things.
Yeah. Looks like we're in a little bit of a depression with the water sample. So how much do you think you want?
I think that's plenty.
We can have a look at the bag and
Yeah.
kind of get a shot at see.
I mean, I think there's plenty there. That Coralie won't be happy with me collecting a lot of these things because she has to run samples on it.
So let's
Well, I know Coralie.
bring it up
She
a
was on
little
the
bit
last
so we can
trip.
see it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So we can see the bag.
You can put porch light on.
Oof.
Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. There's what? There's probably a little handful like
Oh,
that.
yeah, there's a bunch, yeah.
That's good enough?
Well, this will be a good indicator of what we can collect with that amount of scoopage.
Okay,
Indexed.
so I think we can put the whole thing in the starboard, just one of the big ones, and
Okay.
just put the whole thing in there, the scoop and everything.
Do we know what one? Also, I thought one of the forward boxes was open. With just
Yeah,
that one nodule.
yeah, we have a forward box open that has one nodule that fell into it.
Okay.
And starboard bio box already has a rock in the big box and fossilized coral that we collected earlier.
So we could put, I mean, there should be plenty of room with the fossilized coral, and they're totally they're going to
Sure,
be completely
yeah.
separate.
You worried
As long
about
as it
crushing
doesn't damage it, yeah.
That's my only concern. I'd rather have
okay.
it going with the rock.
You'd rather go the front?
No, with the rock if it's possible. That way it's easy enough to tell the difference.
Okay.
That way we can save space on the nodule one for a larger rock.
Sure. So starboard, forward, right?
Starboard, aft. Wait, sorry.
The aft box has the
fossilized thing.
I think you want to go the big box
with the rock
on the forward side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it'll fit with the scoop?
If it'll fit.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Roger.
Okay, and I'm getting past right now, but that's okay. Dive level?
Yes, please.
Or sorry, sample level. And open.
Do you think maybe we should secure the
yeah,
starboard?
I'm just saying I'm blowing a lot of sediment, yeah. On the way. Starboard vert, right? That
yeah,
one?
yeah. Okay.
I hit the button. Drifting a little bit, but.
Okay. No, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking
you're
about what I'm doing.
You're all
Yeah.
crumpled up.
Okay. Actually, let's re-index and take our time and undo that weird thing with the arm.
Yeah, I mean, I think the nodules are collecting these little,
okay.
we call them distributary systems, where sediment is kind of flowing down. And so you can see on the sonar up there, you have the flat region where we're sitting in. And then off to the northwest, there's a pretty steep wall there.
Just rotate, yeah, perfect.
So
Almost looks like the edge of a stream.
Do you think the nodules form in situ here, or they're tumbling down from somewhere else?
Probably mostly in situ, but they probably are moving down slope as
Come
well.
up a little bit. There you go.
Well, maybe not so much moving down, but it's a dynamic system, so it's not super lack of.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So I think you're gonna have to shoulder up, and then you gotta bring your
Does
pitch.
the water flow like enhance nodule formation?
Shoulder up.
Yeah, but you gotta.
Okay,
you're gonna have to elbow up and then pitch.
At one level, I think it keeps the sedimentation moving.
Okay.
So it makes it exposes it to the
Elbow up
water.
to raise it up quite high.
And I think if you have more water going past things, it has
keep up, up. Keep coming up on the elbow.
I'm just indexing.
And then pitch down.
But from the HiCom models that I was looking at, the bottom flow here is quite low. I looked at the monthly average, and compared to other places, it's
bag is in the other box.
Much less than a centimeter per year.
Just got to come up a little more. Elbow up, elbow up, elbow up, elbow up, and then pitch. Nice.
Get in
Yeah,
the box.
nice. Good job.
Okay, so.
And then pitch up. There. Perfect.
Okay, I'll open jaws. Please open the jaw.
Yay.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, of course.
That was sample number 012.
Thank you, Kylie. That was great.
No problem.
Did you guys want to get a zoomed in photo of the nodules before leaving?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I'm gonna put my vert back on.
Orage.
And then I go back to dive salvo.
Vol. No.
I hit it a second time. Thought I did. Okay, zoomed in of the nodules. Just like it, just zoom in and have a look. Okay, let's zoom in, Dave, please.
That's perfect. Yeah, you can see the botryoidal texture on those things too. This is nice. Great. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so after this we want to find a sponge, right?
Yep. Yes.
And then we'll take just a little subsample of the sponge.
Yeah.
You want to turn the lasers on for context here?
Lasers on.
Thanks, Dave.
Might just have to come a little wider. I think they're just out of the view.
There they are.
Perfect. 2-3 centimeters, those are cool.
Okay, sponge. I know there's a couple behind me, but I'm a little behind Analanta, but I'll see if there's not much else ahead, I'll can come back.
Do you want the ship to move back, or you think you can?
No,
just...
no, I think we'll be all right.
Porch is coming off.
Okay, thanks. Let's have a little looky-loo here. There's one right behind us. You can see it in the Niskin.
Oh, there's
one
one ahead.
ahead. Yeah,
There you go.
Yay.
So are you thinking, how are you thinking? Do you want us to snip a little piece off the top?
I think that'd be perfect, yeah.
And then that would be perfect to just put into the one of the jars up top, and a little suction sample.
Great.
Okay. So I'll do full video of it first. Then we can get some nice zoom shots, and then
Nice.
I'm gonna run the flush.
Okay. Zoom in, please, Dave. So is that part of like how it holds itself? It's like spreading like little basalt threads or something out almost? All the little kind of fibrous.
I think so.
It's kind of spreading out to get a better grip. All the different nodules.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like it.
interesting.
Because I saw that on the other one too, but I thought it was just kind of like growth, but that sort of seems curious that it's all spreading out like that.
That's a nice shot.
Okay, so we'll come wide. We'll sit down. Did you want me to try, like, I can't see the sextant cam view up here. I don't know if you want to try and get a still shot. Can I see that? Oh, okay, cool. So why don't, do you want to try and get a nice, is that still camera just taking pictures like every so often? Is that how it's set up?
What? I mean, I'm doing autofocus and then taking a shot, so I'm not sure if it's taking.
Yeah, it's set up. Yeah, you're just taking shots whenever you click the photo, but you can set it up for interval shooting if you'd like.
So you can take charge here if you want.
Let's see if I can get it nice right in there. I'll sit down, get still.
That's nice.
Steady.
Yeah, those are great shots.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pointed down a little too much, maybe? No. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna sit. I'll sit here.
It looks like a studio shot.
Yeah, it does.
I'm ready for my close-up.
It's very dramatic against the black background.
Yeah.
Perfect lighting.
That's what you want, right? You want that black background contrast
no, it looks
with
great.
I'm
pretty cool.
expecting Bob Kraft to donate some money for this now, since it looks like a shaving cream.
Okay,
why
I got
did
a
it
Zeus shot too.
freeze?
What's up? Okay, Dave, we can zoom in on the Zeus.
Yep, then you hit the camera too to take the shot. Or you hit the
I'll bump it
autofocus,
over. Sorry, there we go.
and then take the camera. Bingo.
Got it. Okay.
That should be a good shot.
It looks
That's
great.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow.
So we have porch lights which would change the whole lighting scene, but it would really light up that front part. It would be a little bright at first, but we could try that.
Okay.
If you want to iris down a little bit, Dave,
Yeah,
and then I'll
fine.
blast it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
I blasted.
Okay, there we go. I don't know if that's going to change how it looks, but
Yeah, a little bit.
a little more light up front, down lower. Guess I could take the verts off a little bit, kind of jiggly.
Yeah.
Okay, so sampling, we're just gonna try and, do you guys just want to snip the top of it off?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys ready for that?
Yep.
And then you're just gonna bring it towards the, how's our suction hose line in there? Yeah, you might, if you get it near the tips or wherever, then you might be able to just put it right in front of the hose nozzle.
Okay.
Sorry, I got it.
That's okay, thank you.
And then I would do it, I would go 180. So you're gonna shear below.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then.
What grip force?
It doesn't, you can go down a little bit. You can do like 6 or 7, yeah. I mean, because the soft jaws shouldn't squish it too bad, but as long as you have some poking out the top, right, then that's the clean sample.
Okay.
And then I usually have them like this so that I know I'm kind of snipping below and then making sure that I have some of the sample proud of them in it. Then that way that's a good sample. And sometimes you can zoom in too if you want.
Yep.
That's your call.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Someone has a question about the distance between laser points. It's 10 centimeters.
Is that good? Close.
Yeah, why don't you zoom in and then you can see exactly where you're gonna get it. You don't want to go too big. You're just getting a piece of tissue. And that way you don't want to get stuck on the hose and stuff. So I just kind of snip that little top kind of cone.
Like there.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Snip. There, nice.
Okay, come
That's
wide.
perfect. I'll show you the hose. Would you mind just coming full wide, Dave, please?
That's it. That's full
That's
wide.
it, fine. Okay,
Yep.
thank you. And then,
It's jiggling like shaving cream.
I'm gonna go.
So suction's been flushed.
Okay, are we on the right jar?
Yes,
right
we
jar.
are.
Okay. And I got it at 60%. I'll go like 80 right now, maybe.
Can you also just give it to me in the bubble?
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, blocking
My
yourself.
bad.
We can zoom into like we got all the tools. We got all the time. Let me just tilt down a little bit for you. Oh, can't tilt down.
Oops.
So you may have to come, if you got to get it lower, you might have to go on
Sideways?
one side. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I can come up too, like I don't have to sit in the seafloor to do this.
Oh, right. Okay, you want to come up?
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. We have 80%, isn't it? It's spare 6. Yes.
It's this one.
No.
No?
Nope. Spare 6.
Oh, okay. Thought it was one labeled starboard section.
T2 is Tom Thumb, I think. Okay. So now we have flow in the jar now.
Okay, I'm gonna back it down just a bit.
Okay.
Maybe 70.
Okay. Okay. I'm far away still, Raj. Sorry.
And so far, just so you know, we do have a sample in slurp number 1.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Raj.
Stand by.
Hit sample jar reverse. It looks empty, didn't it?
I think that's a holothurian. I thought they said
Now you're gonna have to
something.
push that piece
Yeah,
of
the sea cucumbers in
temp
there.
out of the way.
Okay. I just have
Or
to
I'm gonna have to turn the
reindex.
suction off. Hold on. Just wait.
Roger.
It's being
I
pickled.
think the rest of the slurp is empty though.
Yep, any other jar is just fine.
Okay, coming on.
Raj.
Aloha guys, Hoku is on the mic today to start answering some questions that we have in the chat.
Hoku, do you mind just wait till we get the sample in?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'll take any advice also.
I don't know. You just gotta.
Like,
It's
do
hard.
it. Just do it. Yeah, got
Not
it. Okay.
It's not easy.
Raj.
You just gotta take your time. Just be slow. And that hemp is
You
not
see Steve's
helping.
correction?
Okay, I'm almost there.
Yeah, try to put it in the...
Okay.
You're not on it, though.
Okay, Raj. Raj.
Just try not to, you just don't want to smear it across something.
I know it's hard.
I'm going to stop it again for 1 sec.
Okay.
Just get that stupid hand out of there.
I'll get in the right position.
So you just want to kind of line it up between bubble and the Zeus. And then kind of gently just feel where it's like lined up. And then once you sort of see it start, then you can just let go.
Roger.
I think you're low, so you need to shoulder up. See how low you are? You're like down by the bumper. That's looking a little better.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start it up.
Okay. Good, yeah?
I think it started, yeah.
Right,
just gonna feed it in there and let it go.
Opening jaws.
Yep.
Okay. Scared me. I
thought
I dropped it for a second.
Supposed to do.
But I was like, it doesn't fall that fast, so.
There it was, gone.
There it is.
There it is.
Good
Thanks
job.
for the patience. Sorry about that.
No, this is tremendous.
That was
and
great.
that is sample 013.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you were right. I was
Okay,
lower than I thought I was.
Yeah, and then
So we're gonna go back to the ridge now and keep going up?
Yep.
I'm gonna go forward to the flush jar.
Are you guys ready to start going back up the ridge?
Yeah, just check with Rob. And
Yeah, we're fine with that. That's perfect what we want to do. I'd like to see the, where the edge of this nodule field is as we head up that. It looks like you have a nice little steep scarp.
You want to head up that way?
Yeah, just the way you were going. I mean, the way toward the waypoint.
Sounds good.
And we'll intersect the edge. Go ahead.
okay, I'm flushed and I'll stay on flush jar.
Can you do a course of 070 at 0.2 knots again for 500 meters?
What's our bearing? Heading? Where are we going? What direction?
070.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that piece of hemp is bugging me. 070. Oh, and I'm way off.
Like,
Taking a holiday. I was just kind of drifting around while you were putting that in the jar.
I'll wait till you get kind of ahead, and then I'll turn to 70 with you, yeah?
Roger. Yeah, I'll just catch up and get in a better spot here.
Yeah, Kylie Levon Krause gave you a big thumbs up with that slurp.
Oh,
yeah, that
thanks.
was awesome. Yeah.
I thought it sucked.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna check. Just gonna turn craft power off.
Roger.
And turn porch light off.
So there's like a channel almost on the side
Yeah,
where it's sandy and it looks like a high flow.
That's why this is just, it's like a river channel where these things are sitting.
Cool.
That's what I always envisioned. This is just like a riverbed.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you can see the sediment on the side. It's a little more protected. You get nice ripples.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty.
And in some other time, it'd be great to just kind of wander back and forth across this distributary channel to see how far, what the extent is. But not for this dive.
Got places to be.
Yeah.
Is that another piece of dead coral or something?
Yeah, if we could just zoom in on, get some picture of that dead coral there.
Right
If you
in the
have a
middle.
chance. Yeah. Looks like it's that beastie.
Yep. Okay, we'll zoom in, Dave, please.
Yeah, that looks like the stuff Steve was seeing earlier attached to rocks, but were alive or had the heads chopped off. The connection down there at the base.
They really look like antlers.
Just a touch wider would be great. And I'll touch wider in the zoom, and then I'll just kind of cruise over here.
Tiny little alive thing in the corner of those rocks.
Yeah.
Looks like a little sponge, maybe?
Is that the base that's broken off there too, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Okay, we'll come wide.
Yeah, getting another rock here during our watch is probably not a high priority since we're kind of limited on space. I'll let Kevin do his picking and choosing on the next watch. So can do the bio show, Liz.
Cool.
Get a gauge check-in.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, you guys, are you ready for some questions? We've got some popping in the chat here.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So let's see here. Our first question is, what is the distance between the two laser points?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters, thank you.
Can you zoom in, Dave, please?
And what kind of cameras and lenses do you guys use on the ROV? Ooh.
The Herc Zeus camera, as it's known, is an Ikegami 3-chip CCD camera. It's a broadcast quality camera, and it uses a Fujinon 18 by zoom lens.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Oh, that's pretty.
A little crinoid
It's got
on
a
there.
little, yeah, crinoid.
Ooh, is that a Walteria Flemingii? You don't have to tell me, I know it is.
Ooh. Oh, there is. Look at
it might not be. But I think that is because it's the one I like.
Okay, come wide, please. Thank you.
Steve was showing one of the sponges that kind of traps shrimp in it, and the shrimp live inside of it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the shrimp gets too big to come back out.
Yeah.
They just live in there.
And then our most current question, somebody was asking if we could put the map of your projected route on channel 3. I'm not sure if we can. I don't know. We'll work on that for you. And an additional question was if we were in Kona a couple of days ago, which I don't believe we were in Kona. But mahalo for asking, everybody. Please feel free to pop your questions in the chat and we'll get them answered for you.
Looks like we got another crinoid or something on that rock.
You bet.
Yep.
We'll zoom in, please.
Wow, there's a lot of crinoids we're finding, huh? Is that common?
Yeah, they're pretty common.
Cool. Oh, that one's pretty.
There's something swimming right next to it.
Yeah,
like a little worm or something.
Oh yeah.
Okay, oh,
It's
come
doing
on.
a dance.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like pretty much a talus slope here. Broken off pillows and flows.
Talus.
A lot more sediment coming up the slope than earlier this morning, so
Wow.
be interested what happens at the top of this.
I'm coming up.
Probably higher flux from surface.
Yeah, it could be. I'm just wondering if it might be in the shadow of the current too. That allows it to collect. So that discoloration of the sediment, do you think that's some sort of in fauna?
You mean like the kind of streaks of white?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some sort of bioturbation.
Those little specks right there by the rocks that are those changes in colors.
So the darker on top could be sinking detritus, phytodetritus.
Oh, okay.
From surface waters, and then the lighter underneath from things moving around, but I'm not sure. It's just a guess.
Yeah. So now, Robert, these rocks, you were making a mention, what was the term that you used for this area of the type of rocks, the nodules?
Yeah, it's probably a talus slope of pillows and broken off flow bits.
Oh, okay. And that's what makes the nodules?
Yeah, so, you know, on land, if you see a big cliff at the bottom of the cliff or a bunch of rocks broken, kind of have a little ramp to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is all stuff that's fallen from above.
Does the indication of sediment suggest that it's an older area of rocks and substrate?
Not necessarily. I think most of the stuff is pretty much the same age.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just the currents, whether you have
like
or you don't have currents, is going to depend how much sediment you have.
How that moves the sediment around. Got it. Thank you.
But as we move upslope, as Liz saying, it may have more sediment, so it'll be interesting to see how this may change. Is there something up in the left-hand corner there?
Yeah, see it.
Something on a stalk.
Oh. Oh, you guys got good eyes. Are there two things on there or just one?
You can see a couple in the still camera.
Yeah. Zoom in, please.
Is that the Narella that Steve was talking about?
Might be like just a bamboo coral, maybe?
Yeah.
Looks like a bamboo.
It looks like it could be a hydrozoan. Lepo.
It's got a darker skeleton.
Yeah, it does. The axis does look pretty dark.
It's not a shark.
There's little polyps on there. Okay, I'll come wide, please.
Little broken coral down to the right.
There's also another coral or something here.
Yeah, that
maybe a brittle star
yeah,
wrapped
it's got a
around
brittle
it.
star on it too.
Yeah.
Good.
Really? Wow. Good spot, Liz.
Oh, it looks like it might be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of that earlier on that Steve was pointing out.
Oh, it's got something on it.
Yeah, what is that other?
It could be a stalked feather star, maybe? Stalked prinoid on top? Or...
Looks like it could be a little
Or maybe like
Hydrozoan or a tube worm
tube
type?
worm is actually what, yeah, it looks like.
Oh, tube worm looks more like a tube worm.
Yeah, looks like a tube worm. And then also a brittle star. Cool.
Okay, well, come on.
Oh, cool.
Good little move on here.
See lots of bits of dead coral here too. A boneyard.
Those 3 little pieces right there, yeah.
Yep, there's one up left with a stalk still attached to a rock.
Oh, what's that?
Can I get a zoom on that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That was a good spot.
You zoom in, please. Oh, the rock just fell over.
Yeah.
Too big for the rock. There's a little shrimp on there too.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Little red shrimp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Little guy.
Was a victim of its own success.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, come on, please. Too big for its britches.
Circle of life.
None of these rocks are very tasty anyway, so.
They're not taking the shape you want them to be? They're not very angular?
Nope.
Right.
They're not looking young. That's for
No.
sure.
Yeah, that bubbly texture is a giveaway that.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of coating on it.
It's like sediment settled into all the crevices.
a lot of
Right, yeah, you can see that.
Botryoidal is one of my favorite words. Botryoidal. Just like talus. All the geology words are really fun.
Well, yeah. What, dodecahedron?
You gotta make up fun words.
Yeah.
Just to get you through.
Make up for the rocks.
What was the Tina Turner one last night we had?
Spoken like a biologist.
There you go. Yeah.
Something off to the right there.
Let me just scrape off all that biology so I can see this cool rock.
Is that a dead thing there? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks like another one, dead one.
Has a different morphology though.
A little hamper up there. Get out in my picture. All right, you'll zoom in, please.
What is that?
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yep. Almost looks like that spiral coral.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Oh, come on. Thank you.
Have any, out of curiosity, this just sparked my curiosity, like when on these dives, have you ever found anything that's not of organic material, like any particles or pieces of, because like that last shot looked like something Like that was an organic or like an organism.
I think last night we saw some marine debris actually.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It looked like it was like an orange piece of organic material. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, pretty often we see a lot of marine debris down here.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
in
made it
different
all
places.
the way down. Gosh darn.
Yeah.
One of my Jason dives, I actually saw a worksheet that was on the ship. That was actually on the seafloor.
Oh wow.
There's also going to be a lot of microplastics that we can't see.
Yes, that's very true. With all that marine snow, I'd imagine.
Yep.
It's another dead stuff there.
Ooh, what's that? Oh, shrimp?
Oh, okay. We've got we've got a few questions that just came in from some high schoolers and students. Here, we're just checking this. So we have one question here. Are there more animals in the deep sea than on the surface of the ocean?
You got something up to the left? Yeah,
we're going to hold on that question for just a second.
Yeah, I
looks
can't
like
see it. Yeah.
another dead thing.
Another dead one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Okay. Moving on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, can you say it again?
Sure. So are there more animals in the deep sea or on the surface? Good question.
So they're more dense at the surface, but surface waters are a much smaller portion of the ocean. The deep sea is anything below 200 meters, and the average depth of the ocean is, I think it's about 4.5, 5 kilometers, something like that. 4 kilometers, okay.
Yeah,
so you can imagine most of the ocean is the deep sea. So because of that, there's actually more stuff in the deep sea.
Awesome, good question. Thank you for asking that. So here's another one. Hello, I'm a high schooler who wants to major in biology in college. Do you all have any advice? So I'll open the floor to any of you who'd like to go ahead and respond to that question, to offer any advice to the student.
I guess I would just suggest, biology is such a vast field with a lot of different kind of sub areas, and I would suggest just trying out as many different things as you can to find out like what specifically interests you. When I was in college, I took classes in a lot of different